Good morning, students. Today I'll teach you chapter 19 of moral science, that is people who inspire. So let's get started. Inspiration is a good idea or a force that influences someone to do something good or create something extraordinary. We all get influenced by someone or other. Someone likes the film stars, someone like the politicians, and so on. People who achieve something good in their lives by sheer will, hard work, creative and critical thoughts inspire others to walk on their footprints. People who do great work, they achieve their work by their sheer will, their determined will, their hard work, their creativity and critical thoughts. Critical thoughts, you can say that their logical thinking. They see everything with a logic. Since time immemorial, people has produced many India has produced many such people. Let us learn about a few of them. So, the first is Swami Vivekananda. Narendranath Datta, better known as Swami Vivekananda, who was an Indian Hindu monk. Monk can be regarded as a priest or a saint, a chief disciple of 19th century Indian mystic Ramakrishna Deva. Disciple means the follower of Ramakrishna Deva. Narendranath Datta, that is Swami Vivekananda, was the follower of Ramakrishna Deva. He was a key figure in the introduction of the Indian philosophies of Vedanta and Yoga. Key referred to as important figure. Swami Vivekananda was an important figure in the introduction of the Indian philosophies of Vedanta and Yoga to the Western world. He is perhaps best known for his speech which began, "Sisters and Brothers of America." He considered all Americans as his brothers and sisters, in which he introduced Hinduism at the Parliament of the World's Religions in Chicago in 1893. Swami Vivekananda was born on January 12, 1863 at Calcutta, Kolkata, born into an aristocratic Bengali family of Calcutta. Aristocratic refers to high class, a family from where princes and duchesses belong. Vivekananda was inclined towards spirituality. Inclined means he is so very interested in spirituality. Spirituality can be regarded as the quality of being concerned with the human spirit or soul. It means opposed to material or physical things. Swami Vivekananda was totally opposed to material or physical things. From his Guru Ramakrishna Deva, he learned that all living beings are an embodiment of the divine self. Embodiment, you can say that embodiments mean Jita Jagta Namuna. All living beings are an embodiment of the divine self. Therefore, service to God would be rendered by service to mankind. If you serve mankind, if you make people happy, if you make make other people feel good, if you help others, then it means you are making your God happy. In India, Swami Vivekananda is regarded as a patriotic saint. Patriotic is regarded as Deshbhakt, and his birthday is celebrated as National Youth Day, as we celebrated recently on January 12, National Youth Day. This great saint passed on July 4, 1902 in Belur, West Bengal. Next is Kailash Satyarthi. Kailash Satyarthi was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize 2014 jointly with Malala Yousafzai of Pakistan. Satyarthi, an Indian child rights activist. Child rights activist means he takes actions to promote the rights that belong to children. Was born on January 11, 1954 at Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh. At the young age of 26, he gave up his promising engineering career and dedicated his life to helping millions of children in India who were forced into slavery. He has a full-fledged engineering career in which he could have focused and have enjoyed his life in his own, but he chose to help millions of children in India who were forced into slavery. Slavery means it is a condition in which one human being is owned by another. He started Bachpan Bachao Andolan or Save the Childhood Movement. This organization is leading the movement to eliminate child trafficking. Child trafficking, you can say, बच्चों की तस्करी करना for illegal works and all, and child labor. Child labor in India means exploitation of child through any form of work that deprives children of their childhood, interferes with their ability to attend regular school, and is mentally, physically, socially, or morally harmful for the children. This organization leading the movement to eliminate child trafficking and child labor in India, Satyarthi has saved tens of thousands of lives. He mounted raids on factories after manned with armed guards where children and often entire families were held captive as bonded workers. Now, raid means, you can say, chapa marna, surprise visit by police looking for criminals or illegal goods. Manned with armed guards means he was there with his security guards who were carrying arms, and families were held captive as bonded workers. Captive means kept as a prisoner, and they were forced to do the job. Satyarthi survived numerous attacks on his life during his crusade to end child labor. Crusade refers to the fight that he is doing against child labor, as when somebody do some good jobs like this, he has to face many enemies, and so Satyarthi survived numerous attacks. The most recent being the attack on him and his colleagues while rescuing child slaves from garment shops in Delhi on March 17, 2011. Today, Satyarthi heads the Global March Against Child Labor, a conglomeration of 2,000 social purpose organizations and trade unions in 140 countries. Conglomeration refers to a group of different things, a group of different purposes. So he is running 2000 social purpose organization where different kind of social works are going on. And next is Sania Mirza. Everybody knows about Sania Mirza. Sania Mirza is an Indian professional tennis player who is currently ranked number 1 in women's doubles ratings. From 2003 until her retirement from singles in 2013, she was ranked by the Women's Tennis Association as India's number 1 player, both in singles and doubles. Throughout her career, Mirza established herself as the most successful female Indian tennis player ever and one of the highest earning and high profile athletes in the country. I guess this is so very clear that what the chapter and what this paragraph is trying to say. Sania was born on November 15, 1986 in Mumbai, India. In her tennis career, she defeated notable women tennis players like Svetlana Kuznetsova, she is from Russia, and Marion Bartoli from France, etc. At the peak of her career in mid-2007, she became world's number 27 in women's single. She even reached the last 16 of a Grand Slam tournament. The Economic Times named Mirza in the list of 33 women who made India proud, and Time magazine listed her as 50 heroes of Asia in October 2005. In April 12, 2010, Sania married the Pakistani cricketer Shoaib Malik in a traditional Muslim wedding. So in the last paragraph, we see all the titles that Sania Mirza got because of her full-fledged career and her dedicated work. Now, last but not the least, that is Arundhati Roy. Susanna Arundhati Roy is an Indian author who is best known for her novel The God of Small Things, which won her the prestigious Man Booker Prize for Fiction. Man Booker Prize for Fiction is given every year to the writer who wrote the best English book or best English book in fiction. This novel became the largest selling book by a non-expatriate Indian author. Non-expatriate refers to the person who does not have the proper citizenship of the country in which he or she is working. That means Arundhati Roy is not having the citizenship of India, still he wrote the book and got the Man Booker Prize for fiction. She is also a political activist involved in human rights and environmental causes. Now, what is political activist? Political activist is a person who works to bring about political or social changes by campaigning in public or working for an organization. Roy was born on November 24, 1961 in Shillong, Meghalaya to Rajiv and Mary. Her father's name was Rajiv and her mother name was Mary. She studied in the Lawrence School, Lovedale in Nilgiris, Tamil Nadu. Now, the publication of The God of Small Things catapulted Roy to international fame. Catapulted means made her reach or has pushed her towards the international fame. In the year 1997, it was listed as one of the New York Times notable books. In the Canadian publication, it was even called a lush magical novel. Lush means a novel that is full of essence and magic. Roy also received the Sydney Peace Prize 2004. Owing to her work, Roy continues to inspire the young generation towards writing. Now, great people inspire others to become great. They show the path that leads to goodness and success. We can choose anybody who inspire us and walk in the path that is shown by them. Learn from the lives of the great people. Identify a successful person in the activity that you want to pursue. That means if you want to become a scientist, then you can choose APJ Abdul Kalam. If you want to become a political activist, you can follow Mahatma Gandhi, and so on, so as to get inspired for success. Read about his life, troubles and achievements. Nothing can be achieved without seeing trouble. So see their struggle, learn from their struggle, and then you can become like them. Now, this is what the chapter says, and now we will discuss the question answers. Question number 1 is, what do you mean by inspiration? As we read in the very first paragraph of the chapter, what is Swami Vivekananda best known for? He is best known for about that speech he has given in Chicago. What is the area of Satyarthi's activities? Which prize did he receive? He received Nobel Peace Prize, and he was a Indian child rights activist. In which list did the Economic Times and the Time magazine included Sania? That was 33 women who made India proud, 50 heroes of Asia, and so on. What was Arundhati Roy's major achievement? The novel that she has written, The God of Small Things. Now, what do you learn from the life examples of the above people? I can provide you the PDF of the first 5 answers, and your homework will be the 6th question. You will write the answer of the 6th question in your own words. Now, coming to the next page, this is also included in your homework. Surf the internet to read about Orphan Winfrey, Walt Disney, Jesse Owens and Charles Darwin. Go and read about them and see what about their life is going to inspire you in the future or inspiring you in the present too. Write about them at least 10 lines, and I will check the homework by tomorrow. And if you have any doubt, any query regarding the chapter, regarding anything and regarding the homework, please do contact me. Thank you.